Hey guys, it's Becky. If you're new here, then welcome, and if you're already a subscriber, thanks for coming back. Today I just wanted to do a bit of a planner chat update. I know I did a planner lineup video not long ago when I added in the second cousin, but it's just not working. There's still too much. There's just too much going on. Not going on in my life, but going on in my planners that I wasn't enjoying it at all, and I wasn't enjoying it to the point of I wasn't filming and I wasn't even planning, and I don't like when I get to that stage. And I know I always have like a mid-year crash, and then I'll have a wobble in September as well, but I've got to go with what I want to work for me right now. And I've got all these planners, so you know there's no worries jumping in and out of planners and things, apart from like I do want one book to shelf at the end of the year. I'll possibly be shelving two, but yeah, the other ones I wanted to work more like functionally for me. So if you did watch my last planner lineup, I did bring in another cousin, an April start cousin, and I wanted to use it as a functional planner. So I think my intent for this was to excuse me, was to why can't I speak, reference the daily pages in the back, index, that's it, index. But throughout the years of planning, indexing, it just doesn't work for me. And then my monthlies I was going to set up functionally. And then the reason that I bought this one in is because I wanted to plan without filming. So I thought I'll bring this in and then I can just, you know, plan without filming. So like none of these spreads have been filmed, it's just me on a daily going in. And then you can see from the 2nd of May, I mean, there's no surprise because my dad passed away on the 29th of April. So, you know, there is some grace there, as in why I wasn't planning, why I wasn't wanting to plan. But this was just getting barer and barer, and then I went okay, and then I lost it again. And then I was using the daily pages at the back as daily pages, and I started off with a timeline, then went to a to-do list, and then I needed the timeline, so I went back to the timeline. And what I was finding here is there's a lot of like empty space, and I'm not a fan of empty space. So I thought then, well, do I just journal in this empty space? And I thought, no, I've got my memory planner, which I'll show you in a minute, and I'm going to stick with that for the rest of the year. But another reason for this was it obviously goes April to April, and my studies start in April and start in October, sorry, and finish in April. I think I did go in, and was it in this one? No, it's not. It's not even in this one. Oh, it is. So yeah, it starts in October, and then because I put in all my dates, February, March, April, and then I think we have like an EMA which is due April, May time. So yeah, I wanted to be able to use this to go along with my studies. But then I was like, this is kind of the same as what I'm doing in my weeks. But before I go there, I'm gonna go, yeah, so I decided that this is too much. I don't want to keep up with it. I'm not enjoying it. I'm shelving it. It will be fine on the shelf. And because I'm losing the aspect of planning a week when I want to plan and not film, someone recommended, or I saw on someone's video, this Kinbor planner, and it's an undated like vertical planner. It's kind of similar to the Gibbon Techo, those planners, but I've really been enjoying like setting up the months functionally and doing the like weeks as and when. So like if next week, for example, I don't want to plan, I don't have to plan. It's not dated, which is what I really love about this. And my intention is for next year is for this to be a memory planner and for me to keep this book. The only problem I've got with that is it's obviously I'm going to have a separate journal. So I'm a bit in two minds, but I'm really enjoying this at the moment. I like just planning my day as and when it happens and using the character stickers and things, which I'd kind of stopped using. So let's go with the weeks. So the weeks, I've never really used the weeks functionally. I have mentioned this before. I've always done it after the fact, and then I set up kind of like a getting things done method, which is in one of my previous videos. It's on my last planner like line-up video if you want to go and watch that. So I decided to use this like a lot more functionally, and I have been using the months functionally, and anything that comes in I'll write in this straight away. This is like, this has got everything up to date, current, functional plans. I write a list. I've got a to-do list in the back that I add to, and then when I'm planning the week I take from there, or I take from the previous week and what I want to move forward, and anything else that I've thought of for the next week I write down there and I move across. And then what I do on a daily basis is I come in and I write down 3 or 4 things, or however many things that I want to achieve that day, and then that's what I then do as a priority for the day, and that's working really well. And then I have like a film list and a next week where I can write things as and when they come up, and this is working really, really functionally for me at the moment. This is like my main planner that I'm making sure that I definitely go in every day just to fill in the things that, you know, I want to do. Now these aren't necessarily things that I will get around to doing, but I would like to do them on that day. Yeah, in the back I have like a to-do list which I've shown you. I did start doing a little bit of journaling, but I was like, no, I don't really want to use it for that. So yeah, that's where we are with the weeks. It's still very much being used. I love decorating it. I just think it looks really, really cute, and I will keep this at the end of the year. It is my intention to keep this. I haven't been keeping up to date with it, but I'm using this as a habit tracker kind of thing for when I need to take my diazepam, which is a PRN for me. It says bad mental health day and severe, and then I just use the zig dots to put a dot in the box and write the number of the diazepam I'm going there. So that is being used, and like I said, the monthlies are being used as well. And the only thing I'll do different next year is I won't cover up this completely, because I want to be able to highlight in when the school holidays are. But I think for the rest of the year I'm just going to write them down in here, so I know when the half terms and teacher training days and things are. So I'm really happy with the way that the weeks is going at the minute, and I'm keeping that. So what I needed to replace is the daily pages. I need a timed daily. Like I said, I don't always plan like memory plan every single day, so I need to have a running list of the things that have actually happened, whereas in here I'm going from a list on what I want to do. These are date specific timed events, so these, unless they're cancelled, are set in stone, but these are things that I want to do. So I did need a daily, and like I said earlier, this was just too big, and I've said it a million times, like I really want to get into the A6 size just because of its size. Like it's mini, you know, it's everything that I need. So this originally was meant to be, I'm not covering that up because it says anything, I'm just covering it up because it's writing. This initially was meant to be a private journal, because I was noticing in my cousin that I wasn't writing down everything that I wanted to write down because I was worried about people seeing it. But I've got a fix for that. I put a little asterisk at the top of my journaling pages, and I know they're not what I want to show. So what I've done here is I've done the timed daily down the side. I have used a kit. The only thing that is different is I'm not putting my highlights on there. I just go straight to the days and write the highlights in there, and yeah, and that's it really. I'm just doing a time daily, my to-dos as and when I get them done. So these are things that I've actually done that I'm writing in there, or things that I want to do but I'll check them off or moving forward as and when. So it's pretty much similar to my B6thology that I was doing. I have found that I do need daily pages. Now the only problem with this is because this planner is dated, and if I want to write, in my B6thology I could set up the week, and then if I want to write notes on anything else I could just add it as and when, like behind the week, and then when it came to setting up the next week it's already set up. So it's the notes section that I was lacking within the planners that are left. But then I thought, well, this is a mega, so I have got like loads of note pages in the back. I have got a little tracker here that's like a monthly tracker that I come in and update, and it's just subscription boxes, just general monthly things and yearly things like phone contracts, and you know, cleaning things that happen on a monthly basis. And I have got which I haven't started yet, purchases at the back, so I can keep all those in one place and just keep adding to them. So yeah, if I need notes pages for anything specific, then I'm gonna just jump in the back of the weeks and use the notes page, you know, like for like a packing list if we're going away, or I don't know, like anything that I can think of that like I'd normally just write in my Stalogy, I'll write in here, and that way, you know, I've got all my notes in here as well. And then that lastly leaves the Hobonichi Cousin, the one that I started the year with. This is my memory plan with me. See, I have highlighted the holidays in here. I am using these pages as an index, and I am going in after the fact and just writing things in as and when. These are highlights of the month, so I am going to continue doing that for the rest because I want to finish this planner. Whether or not I get a cousin for next year, I'm not entirely sure because I'm loving this at the minute, but I might fall out of love with this soon, and it's holding the same information plus journaling. So I think I'm just going to keep this as like a little fun thing, and then this will be my main like memory planner. So I do highlights on the monthlies. I'm like massively behind. I've got all the kits ready, I just haven't filled them in. And then I do my weekly memory plans, I film those, and I really enjoy doing that. I'm behind on these as well, and the good thing about having this as well is when it comes to memory plan, I've got it all laid down. I don't have to go to like loads of different planners. So yeah, you've seen Plan With Me's on most of these, and I'm gonna really sit down and try and catch up because the last one I did, well, the 21st of March, and we're now like the 13th of June, so that I'm behind a lot, so I do want to catch up. And then in the back, from when it started, I've used it a few different ways. I've tried to do like the timeline in here, and then I wasn't really journaling. This is when I was journaling, because this is the beginning of the year. This is when I was journaling in the A6, but I decided I wanted everything in one place, so that's what I do. I do tip-ins if I haven't wrote anything. Notes that I've got, you know, if I don't journal for a couple of days, I'll use it as like a collection. I put photos, so this is what I like looking back through, you know, all the photos and the journaling. And I could do it this way, carry on doing it this way and not have this, but the difference is with I've lost what I was going to say. Yeah, I'm not using kits like to do this. I'm just using whatever I want, whatever washes and stickers and things that I want, and I do like using the kits, and I think like that's the thing that is missing out of all these planners that I'm using is I'm not using the kits. But with this, I did a video on this yesterday, so you might have seen that. But with this, there's obviously there's no room for like photographs or journaling or anything like that. It's just literally room for a timed daily, and there's not really much, like, kits will be wasted is basically what I'm trying to say here. Is if I carry on using this as like a weekly plan with me, like, let's just grab I mean, these aren't the biggest of kits, but like, let's take a vanilla paper code for example. Like, I use the 4 boxes, probably won't use the washi because it won't go across all the days. I'll use that, and you know, these are going to go to waste because they can't fit in there. So I'm not really wanting to use kits in here because of wasting the kits. So what I'm thinking of doing is, obviously I've been doing this for a couple of weeks now, is I think I might possibly go back into a B6 if this doesn't work, because I do want it to look pretty, but I don't want to waste kits, and that's what I'm going to end up doing. I did ask on my previous video as well if anyone knows any shops like in the UK or in America or Canada or wherever that, you know, sells sheets a la carte, so I could just buy like the full boxes and the date covers kind of thing, because I think that's where it needs to be. I mean, I have got loads and loads of washi, and so yeah, I need like mini kits, but you don't get as good of a variety and stuff without mini kits, because I do still love this style of planning as much as I love, you know, this style of planning in my weeks. And you know, this is even more minimal in the sense that, I mean, I'm stamping the dates in, I'm using a couple of stickers. I mean, this was last week, and I love it. Like, tiny bit of washi at the bottom, and that's it. That's all I'm using. So this isn't like set in stone 100%, but it's what I'm doing right now. The only thing that I'm missing is somewhere to track my YouTube, because I do like to plan out my YouTube ahead of schedule, and because I'm putting highlights in here and a daily, then I've just added, because I've got it, and I may as well use it, is the like little add-on. I've covered it in like A6 cards and some washi, because it's like, I think it's like a greeny colour when it comes, and I just slide that in the back and then go to the relevant week we are, and then write in what's going up what day. I don't like it as much in a weekly view, I do prefer a monthly view, but this is what I've got, so I'm using it. I don't think personally that this will stay because obviously of the size, so what I'm thinking of doing is bringing back the B6 Stackry. So yeah, I only did timed dailies in here for a little bit, and I didn't really like the fact I had to keep flicking backwards and forwards because they were in here, and I did want this to be more of like a collections, a memory planner and a journal, and I can keep this at the end of the year. And my little boy, so cute. I can keep this at the end of the year, and it is 100% you know, memories in here, and that's what I think is probably gonna happen next year as well. I do like the cousin, I love the cousin, like, and I don't know if I'd be able to like not have one, especially now that I've bought like the Giglio cover for it as well. So yeah, this is staying exactly the same, the weeks is staying exactly the same. The only thing is the daily pages, and that's what I'm on a journey to try and figure out. I think I do want to add a B6 Stackry. My studying doesn't start until, well, I've got my old Stackry that I just stopped using. I set it up. I think the thing with this is the stuff all came late, and then I set it up late, and you see things like this, and resizing my planner inserts that I do reference on a regular, discount codes, PR codes, like I can put them in my rings. I haven't really got my rings set up as a functional, so that was another thing I was thinking of doing, is making my rings a bit more functional. But then I had these mini calendars to do my like YouTube planning, and then I had them all together, and then I'd have a monthly for my memory planning. And I think because I'd just done it for so long, it was getting a bit boring. Like doing exactly the same every week was just getting a bit boring for me. But I can change up the layouts. I don't have to use kits every week or every month, and I can use it more minimally if I want. So like really I should just jump in and carry on using this one, which I might do, but you know, I want a brand new one. I want a fresh one, don't I? And this is one of the big ones. This is the 365 days, and it does get chunky like after planning. And I think the problem with that, what I didn't like with the B6 is because I was using all my kits and they're all pretty, I want to keep them, like I don't want to throw them away, but they're not really like, it's more of a messy planner getting things down, same as what, you know, this will be. This won't be like, I'll do the plan with me's on video, but then the actual filling it in day to day. And also I'll have to have like 2 planners open on my desk, because this is the one, the weeks is the one that's got like the like timed appointments and stuff, and then it's just like my reoccurring tasks as well. I can put them in the to-dos, and that's probably what I will do, you know, this week. Just put my reoccurring tasks in the to-dos. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking of going back into a B6 size, purely for like note taking. The course that I'm doing, that I'm starting in October, is the course that I was doing this year. Well, I was doing, because I'm doing it full time, I was doing two modules, full-time modules, and with everything that was happening, and then my dad died, you know, I couldn't do the work, so I've like deferred it for a year. So I'm starting my level 3, which is the final year of my degree, in October. And you know, I want to be able to have some kind of like history, or not history is the right word, but I want to have some kind of record, you know, on what I'm doing. So I thought, you know, this can be like for studying as well. I can take notes, you know. These Stallages are, the world is your oyster, basically. You can just do what you want with them. They're just a plain notebook. I love the paper. I love the size. Yeah, so I've been out of it now since, what month was this? I've got on the 2nd, and I haven't even started a, where are we? What is this? March. So yeah, so I've been out of it April, May, only 2 months. God, it feels longer than that I've been out of this. Feels way longer. But yeah, I've been out of it 2 months, and I am missing it a little bit. So, you know, that might be the case that I jump between this and the B6. And, you know, then at the end of the year, my B6, you know, I'm going to have to just let go. We spend a lot of money on these kits, and I don't know, I don't want to waste them, but I still need content to film. Obviously, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a planning YouTuber, and I need to film content for you guys. I need to film what I'm doing, and that's what I like about this one, because you get the monthlies, the weekly plan with me's, and the dailies I pretty much just like keep to myself. But yeah, so that's where I am at the minute, guys. So this is my second week in the A6 and it is working. I am reaching for my weeks a lot more than I have ever done. And throughout the day I do go in and update this. But if I don't want to, like just say I have really bad mental health days for the rest of the week, all I need is this, and I just need to write down what I'm doing, whether I'm watching movies, whether I'm having a bath, whether I'm having a lie down, or whatever. I just need to update this. And the good thing about this is, like, I've set up my yellow Delphonics pouch yet again, and this is set up for, like, the memory planning in my Kinbor. So this is all set up for the Kinbor, and I love that because that's just memory planning on the go, isn't it? And I'll be able to use that as well with my A5 if I wanted to. But yeah, so that's where we're at the minute, guys, and that's where I'm gonna go forward. It's a toss-up between this and the B6 Nostalgia, like I've said. And then next year I think it's just going to be like minimal. I know I'm talking about next year and it's only June, but I think I'll always keep the Cousin. The Nostalgia is just so useful. I have been thinking, like I said earlier, about setting up my rings and seeing how I feel about rings. The only thing I don't like about that is the fact that if you're using like dailies and things like that, you're just like, how are you storing them, how are you keeping them? It's so much easier to keep a bound book than it is to keep a load of loose leaf papers. I don't like printing my own inserts. I find inserts that are printed expensive, and dashboards and all that kind of stuff, I do find that expensive, whereas these, you know, are journaling sheets and things like that. They're not expensive. They're not as expensive as full kits. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I just wanted to give you a bit of an update to let you know why randomly there was a plan with me in this and not this, and will I bring this back in? I don't know, maybe, possibly, but I wasn't using a lot. I'm not using the months because the functional months is in here. I'm not using the yearly, like this yearly thing, because I'm not very good at keeping up with the trackers. And then the monthlies, like I just said, same as in here. The weeklies layout is exactly the same as the Kinbor, so that's a waste of time as well. And then the dailies, like I said, loads of space, which I don't like, so I've gone smaller. What I am going to do is soon, hopefully, is buy a Gilio cover for my Weeks, because the Weeks is here to stay, guys. I like the Weeks. I've fallen in love with the Weeks. It definitely works for me the way that I'm using it, and yeah, I've just like fallen in love with it since I've started this kind of deco and using it functionally. So I'm just going over the same things, I know I am. So yeah, I think that's it. The only one that I'm really dubious about is this one, and if I replace it with Nostalgia, trying to mix things up in the Nostalgia department, because I don't need loads of space. We'll just talk about it, we may as well, I'm here. I don't need all the space in the Nostalgia as well, but I was doing like 2 days per page because I wanted to fit everything on, but I'm sure there is in here, yeah, like 1 day per page, which I think because it's more full, I feel better. I do the timed daily, and then I do a to do at the bottom, and then I write my highlight in there, because obviously then this one won't be here, so I won't be writing the highlight in there. And then like I do like having the highlight thing there, really, and then I come back in and fill in the highlight on that monthly. So yeah, I'm missing this kind of layout and the flexibility to do whatever you want with it. And I mean, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them full, and I do enjoy that. I think like if I can have a Cousin, and well, I'll be saving them all, won't I? I'll be saving the Cousin of the Weeks. See, not even the Weeks doesn't need to be saved, because there's no there's no memory planning in here. This is just functional, what I want to do and what I actually do, and then all this gets put into like my B6 and / memory planner. So technically I don't need to keep these at the end of the year. The only reason I would is because I love all the decor, but I don't feel like I've spent like shit tons of money on it, because the decor is like a lot cheaper than buying standard vertical kits. Yeah, so that is where I'm at, guys, and I'm really sorry I don't know where that cut off then, but I'm going to end the video now anyway because I've rambled on enough. Yeah, that's my little update of where I am right now, and I'm happy with where I am right now. Like, these two don't take up hardly any space on my desk as well. Having big cousins open, there's no room for anything else. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it made sense. Yeah, if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye.